Until now, there has been no proper way to reference data blocks in Blender Python. You had to store the name of the data block as a string, but once it got renamed, the link was lost. Well, now there's a solution to this problem, and I will show you how it works. Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Michael Lackner from the YouTube channel 3D Escape, and today I would like to show you what improvements the datablock ID properties branch brings to Blender, as it just got merged into master in the recent days. Make sure to get the latest build from builder.blender.org. The link will be down below in the description as well, to actually use this new super useful feature. Here you see I have a little example scene, and without any further ado, let me quickly show you the problem and then what this new branch, or how the new branch actually solves this. Previously, if you wanted to reference a data block in Blender Python, you would store the name of the data block as a string property. And the problem with this is, once the data block got renamed, Blender or Blender Python lost basically the link to this data block. I can show you this by this example. So this is the old way of linking to a data block, and this is the new way. So once I rename the object it links to, so I just add an underscore, you see the second property simply updates, while the first one actually gets highlighted red, as it can't find this object, as this has a new name. And that's because we are using a string property that doesn't get updated. And now we are actually getting to the new stuff inside of Blender Python, which is that the pointer property that existed before now supports a link to data blocks that actually updates. So now you can specify a pointer property to link directly to a data block, just like I did here on those three properties. And to do this, you simply create a new property. Here you specify where you want to have the property. In this case, I store it in scene, and it's named object validated, object, and group. So these are three different properties, and these point to an object, not object only, but to a data path or data block. And in this case, I'm pointing to a object data block for these two, and here I point to a group data block. So yeah, the pointer property, and then you specify the type of data block you want to actually store in the property. So in this case, I want to store objects, just like you see here. So we have all the objects in the scene, which we can link this property to. And here in this case, we want to have groups, and we have all groups in the scene where there's only one, and we only see one. Furthermore, this object linking or data block linking supports some kind of filtering or validation. This should mean, I forgot that N here. Yeah, I like to describe this pole just like a filter or a validation in web design. So you specify something in the function. You specify under the pole parameter when an object is allowed to get selected for this property. In this case, an object is only valid, so true, if it has the prefix of object underscore. And you see that this is the object underscore validated property. So that's the third one in this case. And here we only see the objects that have the prefix of obj underscore. and that's what I've specified here. You could also say that the object needs to be inside of a group, for example, or the object needs to be in the selected objects list, or basically any rule you want to specify. So this returns true or false, and then Blender decides whether this object is allowed to be selected in this list or not, and therefore shows it or not. Yeah, and to actually draw such a pointer property in the interface, you use the template ID UI layout. So you specify the path to your property and then the name. So just like any other property inside of Blender. So that should be clear as well. At least I hope so. If not, make sure to ask down below in the comments. And also I want to know from you if you are interested in more Python related videos on this YouTube channel. So make sure you are voting on the info card that should appear on the right top, or let me know down below in the comments. And yeah, if you enjoyed this little feature, it's not really a preview, but a feature presentation, then I would really like to see a thumb up down below, or maybe even if you want to support my whole channel, subscribe. This would help me out quite a lot. And yeah, just have a nice time. Make sure to check out this super awesome cool new feature. It's really a big time savior for all add-on developers and Python scripters. And yeah, it's just super great. So I hope to see you in my next video, but until then, happy blending and have a nice time.